I would request Anu Agarwal to finish with the, I won't say mundane, but it has to be done, right? Yeah, we have to do the announcements and then we'll go on to the exciting bit. Yeah, Anu? Agenda here.
Good morning, friends, and welcome Anuhasan. Because I'm also Anu, so I have to say Anuhasan. We are three Anu. So each time Nina used to put it on a group, Anu likes this, Anu's favorite color is this. I would for a minute think, my favorite color is not peach. So welcome to our club. And Nina, announcements are never mundane. They are a part of they are a part of any club
Today we're just going to be bold, okay?
Okay, I will make it sound bold. So we have Ganesh Chaturthi coming in on Friday. So ladies, we have the green goddesses this time come up with the seed Ganesha, as they are known green goddesses, so they have brought a Ganesha with a seed. So let's encourage them, and it is the Ganesha will be, it is clay Ganesha, of course, with the umbrella, the garden seeds, plate, and the authentic prashadam from our own Andhra home food. So whoever, I think we all should buy, and please contact Jayu and Indu, who are with us today. And next, okay, Duchess Utsav had a miss last year, which was very unfortunate because of pandemic. And this is our 20th year, and we have not missed it even 1 year. So this year we decided, after a lot of contemplation, let us go ahead with it. And so we are having it for as a one-day festival, partnering with the Green Goddesses. It is on 20th October, which is a Wednesday. Looking forward to a rocking Utsav. And it's going to be limited stalls, so we are just hoping to have a good time and good sales for the people who come in. And thirdly, members, I think all of our your group heads keep informing you about the renewals of memberships. Just please go ahead and do it and make admin easier for all of us. Thank you so much, and enjoy Anu, Hasan and Nina face to face in conversation. On Zoom and physical.
Yeah. Thank you, Anu. Thank you so much. I would request, day after is Ganesh Chaturthi, right? I would request Kiran to play Ganpati Bhajan for us, please. Sung by Anu Agarwal and gang. That's another surprise.
प्रभो गणपते परिपूर्ण वाळ्वरुळ वाये
प्रभो गणपते परिपूर्ण वाळ्वरुळ वाये
प्रभो गणपते गणपते गणपते
गणपते गणपते
आदिमूल गणनाथ गजानन अद्भुत धवल स्वरूपा
आदिमूल गणनाथ गजानन अद्भुत धवल स्वरूपा
देव देव जय विजय विनायक
देव देव जय विजय विनायक चिन्मय पर शिव दीपा
चिन्मय पर शिव दीपा
प्रभो गणपते परिपूर्ण वाळ्वरुळ वाये प्रभो गणपते गणपते गणपते
गणपते गणपते தேடி தேடி எங்கும் ஓடுகின்றாய் என்னை தேடியே கண்டு கொள்ளலாமே
தேடி தேடி எங்கும் ஓடுகின்றாய் தேடியே கண்டு கொள்ளலாமே.
கோடி கோடி மத யானைகள் பணி செய்ய,
கோடி கோடி மத யானைகள் பணி செய்ய,
குன்றென விளங்கும் பெம்மானே,
குன்றென விளங்கும் பெம்மானே.
प्रभो गणपते 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 சார்ந்து வணங்கி துதி பாடி ஆடி உந்தன் சன்னதி வந்தடைந்தோமே.
சார்ந்து வணங்கி துடி பாடி ஆடி உந்தன் சன்னதி வந்தடைந்தோமே.
சாந்த சித சௌபாக்கியம் யாவையும்,
சாந்த சித்த சௌபாகியம் யாவையும் தண்டருள் சத்குரு நீயே.
துணை தந்தருள் சத்குரு நீயே.
பிரபோ கணபதே பரிபூரண வாழ்வருள்வாயே.
பிரபோ கணபதே கணபதே கணபதே
गणपते गणपते
गणपते गणपते.
Beautiful. Thank you, Anu, Dr. Vidya, and all of them. And I think Nita Rathod is also there from Duchess Club. Girls, that's all thanks to Kala Ashok. She's been teaching us the bhajans, all of you know that. Okay, Anu, where do I start introducing you? Okay, let me start by saying that I have been actually stalking you for the last 10 days. I have been living, laughing, and loving Anuhasan. I really mean it. I have been watching every video of yours, and I've been having such a lot of fun and feeling so beautiful about life. I think that's what you want us to feel, right? And her morning walks and her observations are all so detailed, and her words and free-flowing thoughts they're all in sync. Her heart, mind, her words, all in sync. It's beautiful. At the end of each of her experiences, there is a beautiful, meaningful message which is there. That is what Anuhasan is to us. Keeping your life sunny side up. Right, Anu?
Yes,
That's what you're all about. Her walks, her talks, her thoughts are also beautiful, articulated, and they're also full of fun and laughter. Anu, actually, there's a lot of similarities that I could recognize in you and me. A few things, okay? Some have been the love for greenery, plants, animals. In fact, my pets have come along for the meeting too. They're in my office. And love for life, love for fitness, love for people, and of course, our common love for our most favorite person on this earth, Suhasini Maniratnam, isn't it?
absolutely. Yeah.
And let me tell you, this is a sari gifted to me by Hasini
Oh,
on her 60th birthday, and I'm feeling so good to wear it, and I'm getting a lot of compliments, right? So, can we have Suhasini coming in, please?
oh, she's there.
Hasini, can you please switch on a video?
Hi.
Hi, Hasini. Hi.
You're muted.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi. What a surprise.
Hi, Radha. I call her Radha when others call Anuhasan. So happy to welcome you on behalf of Duchess Club, Anuhasan. Hope you can hear me.
People keep stopping and then coming on again.
Okay, but because I'm in location, so I'm so happy that you are, guest of honor in the Duchess meeting. I'm inviting you on behalf of Duchess.
Thank you. Thank you. I was such a surprise to see you. I didn't think I'd see you.
So what do
we lost signal. Sorry, Asmi. You're frozen now.
You know, we have the best of technology, you know, but we're so dependent. Oh, the Hasan is back. Yeah.
Yeah, Asmi's back.
So I just have to say, like, how Radha approaches life is that when she was a little girl, I took her for a shooting, and we were on the 4th floor of the hotel, and my room was like the corner of the corridor, and hers was like 4 rooms away. You know how she used to come to my room? Not come through the corridor and knock at my door. She used to climb all the balconies outside the 4th floor, hanging from one balcony to the other, where others were already staying there. And she would jump, and then she would come and knock at the door at the back, okay? Like a monkey. So, but anyway, but that time, of course, I like the way she approached life itself, you know. I like it, you know. She doesn't take the straight road at all. That's what I like about Radha.
Thank you, Asmi.
Hasni, thank you for being with us today. I mean, I'm really glad because I think she had a short gap within her shooting time and then we had to get her in. So thank you so much. And like I said, Suhasini has always been there for the Duchess Club and for me. So thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else, like how I directed her in her first film? And when I asked her to put nail polish, and she said rubbish.
I also said rubbish when the dance director said, when you have to walk, just sway your hips and walk. I said, what? Sway my hips, sir. Rubbish. That also I said rubbish.
But it was really wonderful, you know, when she was, I'll tell you something. I wanted a girl who loved the land, who loved the place that she was born in. And my criteria was that she should draw the India map without taking the pencil off the paper or the chalk of the board. And she was able to finish it. You know, I don't know how many of us can actually finish drawing the India map. You know, that makes us so Indian. And then she passed the test. And after that, she was heroine of my film. It was wonderful working with her, wonderful being her sister, wonderful having her next door. Only thing that I would tell her is to be more social. You're 45 plus. There are 3 things. I mean, there are so many people who are 45 plus. I just read an article which says, number 1, to stay healthy and stay happy after 45 is that you have to oxygenate, hyper oxygenate twice a week, which means you have to do a lot of walking and running at least twice a week. And the second thing is learning something new. Something you have to keep on learning. The third thing is you have to be sociable. You have to be sociable. You have to be sociable. Okay, this is sociable.
This is her revenge, okay? This is Hasni's revenge because every time she says, shall we do this? No. Shall we go meet someone? No. Do you want to go? No. So I'm always saying that. So she's trying to make me a little more sociable.
I think not just for Anu, for everybody. I think after 45, we have to socialize, especially after this pandemic and we've been alone, staring at our walls and staring at our TV screens and our monitors. It's so wonderful to see the Duchess people all there in Savera. It's such a beautiful sight. So Meena and Sujata and Anu's and Rafi, congrats for pulling it off. Okay. So thank you for having my little sister in the show in today's event. I'm so proud of her. I'm really, really proud of her. I can't say that in front of her. She's good at everything. She's good at everything. She's good at studies. Her English is good. Her writing is good. She's a sports person and she's tech savvy. When in times of trouble, I call her and she stays like a rock. So she's good at everything. She's really, really good at everything. In Tamil, we have a proverb, Thai, 8 adi panja, 16 adi payam kutti. Like that, we all like jump up 8 feet. She will jump like 32 feet. You know, she's like that. So I'm wishing her all the best and love you, Radha.
Love you too, Hasni. Thank you. No, don't make me cry.
No, okay, I won't make you cry. I have to go for the shot. So thank you for calling.
Thank you, Hasani. Thank you. Beautiful words from Hasani. And you could see all that outpouring of love between the sisters. So it was so important to get Hasani in. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you, Sujata.
Like she said, Anu, you are a writer, actor, sports person, TV anchor, hosts many cookery shows, and cooks great food. You are a foodie, and you are a very adventurous entrepreneur, and you're a great daughter, sister, and a friend, aren't you? Above that, you're a very kind-hearted, ever-loving, brave girl, and really privileged to have you today. On that note of sports person, we have someone else who's there who meets you almost every day. Can we have him? Dr. Mariappan, please.
Oh, Mari, good morning again.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. I was told that he's coming. He saw me this morning. He never said anything.
I didn't know, ma'am. I just own that call, ma'am. Ma'am called me personally. Mari, can you come for a minute for a talk about the Anuhasan? It's such a wonderful pleasure to invite me, Naina Reddy, ma'am, to talk about the fabulous Anuhasan.
No.
That's a wonderful lady, ma'am. She's actually, I know her from 2005. Since we are a good friendship, we are going on a good morning. More than that about Anu, ma'am, she's very, whenever she comes to the fitness, she never drop one day, good morning, never say. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mari. Each and everyone say, good morning is very energetic. The same way she go home, she never said, never lower the voice. She always be high pitch and by everyone. Even she after fitness, I said, madam, time is enough. You are enough. All the muscles are work. You go back home. She never moved the place because she liked more on the nature because her place is totally greenery. She enjoy and sit and relax for some more time and take each and every insect that are all the train puchi. What are the insects? And she learned so many things and put them on the Instagram. What are the things to how their life they are. And they write up all very good. Whatever she wrote on this mornings. I'm very happy to see that all the write-ups in the morning say we all wait. Everybody in the fitness industry all looking at what Anu is going to do it today. We are waiting to watch. That's a wonderful pleasure to me. And more, I 2005 and now I'm seeing. Recently we click some photo snap for last week or 2 weeks back about she want to promote my in a web she was starting a web page something. She want to put by one. Not only promoting me, who are helping for her. She keep on adding that. She telling the bucket list about lot of people, cameraman, photographer, or everybody. She keep on talking about more things, more people. She want to put that. So last week we took a photo. She very love for a coloring fight like a sambam. Our kicks she love lot. So whenever she won't miss even Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Mari 2 kicks, Mari 1 kick, Mari. She when having a problem on the back or knee, she won't bother. She want to kick that one. The same way, after photograph end time, she want Mari. We took long back 2005 some Rekha IPS movie. We took one shot, Mari. We can take one more time today. Same kick from that time 2005 2007. She took the kick. The same amount of range she kicking. She maintained the same level of fitness and everything all over. That is very impressed from her.
A big portion of the thanks is to Dr. Kannan and to you and the entire team, Mari. Really, thank you.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thanks for
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Dr. Mariappan. And again, a happy Physio Day today. I think because of all of you, we are fit. Yeah, and thank you for taking care of Anuhasan. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in at such short notice. I called him around 9:30 a.m.
No, it's my pleasure.
Because I could only get your contact then because I couldn't ask Anu for the contact. And at this point, I would like to thank Nitya from Madras Takis. I have been stalking her also because, without Anu knowing, I had to get the contacts from her. So thank you, Nitya, for always helping me. Thank you, Doc. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mari. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys, do you know what, taking a, hint from what Dr. Mariappan just said, Anu just doesn't finish off with the fitness. I think she finishes that and then she starts walking back home And then on the way, this is what happens.
What happens?
ரொம்ப நாளுக்கு அப்புறம் என்னோட மார்னிங் வாக்கை பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு கிளம்புனேன் இன்னைக்கு. டிசைடட் டு டூ அ லாங் ஒன். பஞ்சர் கடைக்காரர் தூங்கி போயிட்டாரு, நாய் பராக் பார்த்துட்ருக்கு. ஆனால் இந்த டவர் கிரேன் வந்து ரிமைண்ட் மீ ஆஃப் மும்பை எக்ஸ்பிரஸ். ஆஸ் அ லைன் ப்ரொடியூசர் நான் இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு டவர் கிரேனுக்கு தேடினேன். நான் திட்டும் வாங்கினேன். அவங்கவுங்க வேலையை பார்த்துட்டு போயிட்டுருக்காங்க. ஜாகர் ஜாக் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்காரு, ஸ்கூட்டரிங், ஆட்டோயிங், காரிங் அண்ட் பிரைட் கோல்டன் லெட்டர்ஸ் ஷைனிங். இந்த வீடியோ எடுக்கும்போது அந்த செக்யூரிட்டி கார்டு என்னை ஒரு மாதிரி பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தாரு. வி இக்னோர்ட் ஹிம் அண்ட் தென் ரியலைஸ் தட் எவ்ரிதிங் இஸ் அபவுட் பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ். இந்த வீடியோவில் நீங்கள் யூ கேன் லிசன் டு த டிராஃபிக் ஆர் டு த கிரிக்கெட்ஸ். அப்புறம் மெட்ராஸில் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி இடம்லாம் இருக்கா அப்படின்னு நம்மளுக்கு தோன்ற மாதிரி பியூட்டிஃபுல் க்ரீன் ஸ்பேசஸ் இல்லை? Absolutely gorgeous. Coming back to perspectives. மரத்தை பார்க்கலாம், இல்லை டிராஃபிக்கை பார்க்கலாம், கல்லை பார்க்கலாம், இல்லாட்டி தட்டாம்பூச்சியை பார்க்கலாம். நீங்கள் இந்த குப்பையான ஒரு இடத்த பார்க்கலாம், இல்லாட்டி பூவை பார்க்கலாம். இந்த பூவை பார்க்கலாம், ஈயை பார்க்கலாம், காயை பார்க்கலாம். இந்த சிமெண்ட்டை பார்க்கலாம், இல்லாட்டி இந்த சிமெண்ட் ஓட்டைக்குள்ளே இருக்கிற அந்த அழகை பார்க்கலாம். இந்த கிரில்லை பார்க்கலாம், இல்லாட்டி இந்த கிரில்லுக்கு வெளியில் வளர்ந்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கிற அந்த பியூட்டிஃபுல் ஃப்ளவரை பார்க்கலாம். இந்த மாதிரி ஒரே ஃபிலசாபிக்கல் தாட்ஸோடு நான் நடந்துட்டு இருந்தேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் ஐ ரியலைஸ், ஐயோ என்னத்தை வீடியோ எடுக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னு. ஏன்னா அங்கே வந்து ஒரு பெரிய போலீஸ் காங்கிரிகேஷன், நான் டெரரிஸ்ட்னு நினச்சிருவாங்க. எல்லாம் மேட்டர் ஆஃப் பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ் இல்லையா? ஸோ வி ஹாவ் டு பி கேர்ஃபுல். அண்ட் தேர் வர் சோ மெனி அதர் திங்ஸ் தட் ஐ சா. 2 தெருநாய் வந்து ஒருத்தரோட விளையாடிட்டு இருந்தது. 2 பியூட்டிஃபுல் லேப்ரடார்ஸ், ரொம்ப ஃப்ரெண்ட்லி லேப்ரடார்ஸ். நிறையா விஷயங்கள் இருந்துச்சு. ஆனால் கேமராவில் ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணுறதை விட நம்மளோட மனசில் ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணுறது இஸ் அ மச் ஹாப்பியர் ப்ரோசஸ். அப்புறம் டாக்கிங் அபவுட் பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ்ஸ், ஸ்டெப்ஸை பார்க்கலாம், இல்லை நம்ம ரூட்டை பார்க்கலாம், இல்லை கிலோமீட்டரை பார்க்கலாம். ஆர் இந்த வாக் எனக்கு கொடுத்த சந்தோஷத்தை பார்க்கலாம். Have a great day.
Girls, isn't that beautiful? So now you know why I'm addicted to Anuhasan. I've been like observing everything and I'm falling more and more in love with her. Yeah. On that note of nature, we have someone else who loves you very much, Anu. Okay. Remember you were doing this coffee with Anu Ilya. Ide madri coffee with Neenada. Okay. Okay, now we have someone coming in from Bombay? London and Bombay. Yeah. Nandini, your other sister who loves you very much.
Oh.
Hi Radha, I've been asked to talk about you. Anuhasan, I believe you're having a chat at the Duchess Club. எல்லாருக்கும் அதை பற்றி தெரியும், நிறைய விஷயம் தெரியும். But I'm going to talk about you as a sister, as a cousin. உனக்கும் எனக்கும் ஒரு 13 years difference இருக்கு. அதனால even though I'm your elder sister, I feel more like an aunt or like a mom. That's how I feel. Anyway, we've been apart for too long because of living in different continents. But then you came over to England. So we had about 5 years of togetherness and we've shared a lot of difficult times. How can I describe you? You're full of fun. You're full of love. You're full of laughter. You fill the whole room with laughter, don't you? And for those of you who don't know about Radha or Anu, she loves butterflies because she's like a butterfly herself. Her special qualities: very colorful, bright, and always changing with life, metamorphosis and love. That's what describes Radha. Apart from her cooking abilities, her writing abilities, யாருக்கு தெரியும் Radha, you can actually cut trees and help, இல்லையா? South of London, did they give you an award for that? Please tell them everything about it. Okay, how can I not mention our pajama parties? You give us all a recipe card, a proper menu, and we can choose whatever we want and be the most casual, fun, loved brunch or breakfast or whatever you want to call it. And you know what? You add that special stuff, a lot of love into your cooking. That's why it tastes even better, the best. Okay, have a great time. Bye, Radha.
Oh.
Anu, do you want tissues?
I get very scenty.
I know.
I actually get very scenty.
I'm getting that too here, right? Okay, because I think what really like drives me crazy and makes me, come to tears is kindness and love, right? I think that's what life is all about. But coming back to the butterflies, okay? What about Mandayal Chronicles? Girls, this is hilarious. You have to watch this.
While we watch this, I'm just going to get the wire and plug my laptop on it. Suddenly saying low battery. So,
Okay.
just 1 minute, sorry.
Okay.
And here we are with episode 2 of the Mandayan Chronicles. Emperor Mandayan is surveying his kingdom. We have the monkeys in the kingdom who are happily gorging themselves on the badam that is available. And the emperor seems to be quite happy that his subjects are being well fed. The same of which cannot be said about his cabinet of ministers. Look at that expression on Minister Papu's face. Doesn't seem very happy. And Minister Papu's expression is not being well received. The monkey subjects are displaying their unhappiness at the discriminatory practice of not distributing badam to everyone in the kingdom. Minister Papu continues to wear an expression of disapproval and shock. But the monkeys insist it is time for a change. Equal access to badam is a right, not a privilege. And Emperor Mandayan agrees. Leave the monkeys to their badam, he says. Let me look at other subjects. We have Mr. Cat and Mr. Dog here, and looks like Mr. Cat wants to have social distancing, but Mr. Dog doesn't seem to agree. And he continues to insist that Mr. Cat play with him. But Mr. Cat is very COVID conscious, and look at that body language. Mr. Dog is going to be in trouble. And well, some people just don't get the message, do they? Despite the devastating impact of COVID, there are COVIDiots out there. They don't believe in social distancing, masking, or hand hygiene. And you know what? I think they deserve what Mr. Cat is dishing out. This. The emperor turns away. There are only some things that he needs to be involved in. And right now it's time for some self-care, time for a bath. And the emperor grooms himself as he lounges on the royal tapestry of reds and light greens. And then it's time for him to lay his head down and get some well-deserved rest. There is much to be done, but wise emperor that he is, he knows the importance of getting enough sleep. He knows that a healthy emperor is an effective emperor. His last thought as he drifts off to sleep is that maybe Mr. Cat needs to be given the post of COVID Safety Protocol Minister. And maybe Minister Papu needs to be encouraged to be more inclusive. Much work to be done.
Anu, so before we get on to your saying something from your side, I know lots of people are saying things about you. Before that, we have someone extremely special, okay? Yeah, so before she comes in, who are you, Anu? Who really?
Oh, Perima!
I mean, okay, now we have, yeah?
The true star in the family. Good morning, Perima.
Morning, Kanama. So, good morning, children. All my children there.
Thank you, Ma.
So, Radu, you're there? Huh?
Yeah.
Do I let out all the secrets?
No.
Okay, there's no secrets, Ma. There's nothing like that. See, with Radha and myself, we have that bonding because I was the first to carry her. So I keep teasing her. Either way, I'll chide her, and I also cuddle her when I talk about that. See, she's very precious to me because she's the chip of the old block. My dear brother-in-law, Chandra Hasan. She's exactly like him. Me and him were like friends, very good friends. I lost a great friend in him. See, because in the Hasan family, I always say that he is the best in every way. He's the best singer, best behaved person, best caring man, best family man, and best when you need him, he's there. And Radhukuti, you are exactly like him. That's why I love you, Radhukuti. I love you like anything. I always call you Radhu. You know one thing, I used to love that name Radha. And those days we didn't have scan, but I used to say, tell myself, if a girl is born, I want to call her Radha. And luckily, see, my wish was granted because you were born on, you were Anusham. So Anuradha just had to happen. So Radha for me. If anybody calls you Anu, I get very annoyed. Close family friends, I mean, not others. I call them. See, you're always there, Kanna, for me. You're such a lovely human being. I don't want to say it just to please you. I want to tell it to the world. These lovely people here with you, they're all people who are exactly like you. So lovely, caring. You're like your father. Caring about people, you know when to take the decision, you know when to be sharp, you know when to be humble, you know when to really care. Radhukuti, you know how much I love you. This is an occasion for me to tell the whole world, these Duchess people, my lovely children, you're all my children, and this is the greatest occasion for me to declare that how much I love you. Do you know that I love you? Next to Nandin, okay?
Next to
and one thing I want to tell to the world, my God, her full-throated laughter, it's amazing. It is so catchy. You will get it by yourself. When there is, if Radha stays 10 minutes in your place, 5 minutes of laughter will be there. In between only talking. She'll put you at ease. She's very good with the children. She's very good with old people. You know, that is very, I want to tell the others, not to you, Radha. Don't get very proud. Yes, close here, yes. See, she's very good with old people. That is very strange. That is very strange. But what else will Chandra Hasan's daughter be? He was such a gem of a person, you know. She's exactly like him. That's why I like him. I like him. I used to love my brother-in-law 120%, and you're 100%, my dear darling girl. So, and your wit, it just all come from your father. Of course, your mother was a great lady, but you know, I know your father more. I loved him. I really worshipped him, you know. And all the qualities when I see in you, my heart goes out, you know. And another thing, Radha, I still remember that time I held you in my hands, you know. Even when I think of that, even still, that goose pimples, that joy, and that wonderful feeling is there. You know, I used to call you, you were so beautiful. Not then. Period. No, Kanna, you're still very beautiful. See, then I used to call you Rati. Then when after 5 or 6 years, when you knew everything even before your time, you were too advanced. You said, please, Perima, don't embarrass me by calling. I always call you Rati, and you better ask your friend, your best friend. She will say, I told her, I used to call her Rati. Yeah, I'm Rati da. So all good things should come to you because you're so kind, so loving to everybody, Radhukuti. And see how you take care of me and your Peripa. But you're a little partial, Radha. You're not like Chandra Hasan, because Chandra used to like me and used to care for me more than your Piripa. But you, all said and done, blood is thicker than water. I have that jealousy in me, but you know, I'll compensate it. Don't worry. Have the best in everything, Radha. I'm so
Thank you
happy.
very much. Thank you.
You deserve all the best. And Duchess ladies, I love you all. You are the best people that I've ever encountered, and you have chosen a very, very, very smart, bright, beautiful girl who's in my heart always. See, I didn't prepare this, Radhukuti. It's just, I didn't want to prepare. It's coming just from them. Bless you, my child. I bless you with all my heart.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you for making us all feel so good and loved. Thank you, Ma.
You all deserve it.
At this point of time, I think in the background is Ranjani Manian. So thank you, Ranjani, for helping us out. Thank you, because I think Hasani couldn't be there, so the next best person I think has been Ranjani. So thank you so much for doing this for us. Thank you.
She didn't need anything. She's
No,
a
no.
champion.
No, no.
Anu, so do we get to know you a little better from your side? These are all from everyone else. So who is the real Anuhasan?
So when you ask that question, I only remember this quote that comes to my mind, which is, we are all three things: what other people think we are, what we think we are, and what we really are. I don't think we'll ever discover ourselves 100%. And I think it is a journey of discovery because we are so infinitely changeable. So I feel that the Anu or the Radha when she was 10 is so different from the one at 16, at 24, at 30, at 45 and 52. It just keeps changing. And what I live by is something that I got when I was 16 years old. A very dear friend of me gave me a placard. And it says, it's a quote, and it really stayed with me, which was, the most important thing in life is this: to be able at any moment to give up who you are for what you can become. So I think that's the journey I am in. So rather than looking at who am I, I'm looking at who would I like to be, and I'm trying to be a better version as I progress.
And like I think Nandini put it, I think you're the butterfly too, right? You keep evolving and becoming more and more beautiful with every experience in your life. I know there have been many ups and downs, like all of us, Some of us can become like bitter, some of us can become better, And I think you have become better, you become braver, in every kind of way. And but most of the time I've also observed that there's a bit of sadness in your eyes, Anu. Okay, so we'll address that like in your own words. If you have not identified the problem correctly, your solution may lead to other problems. I mean, that is coming from you. That is one of your profound statements. And I think it goes for all of us too, to identify the real thing and go for it so that, we can lead little better lives. On that note, you have been a writer, and I think you finished with your book, Sunny Side. You know what? It's sold out everywhere. It's completely sold out because I've been trying for it for the last 1 week and I can't find it. So I think I've ordered it online now. In fact, I've ordered 5 copies extra. You know why? Because after this, we have the Q&A with the ladies, right? So whoever asks the best questions, the top 5 questions, they get a free book from you, right?
Oh, how nice. What a lovely idea. Thank you.
So that's going to happen very soon. So tell us how you became a writer. But before that, we have our last guest for today who's waiting and who's worked a lot with you. And can we have Beena Sujit coming in, please?
Hi.
Hi, and that is how I became a writer. There she is.
Such a pleasure.
Likewise, lovely to see you, Beena.
Hacking on the phone a lot, but nice to do this kind of a thing, like in a formal gathering. And thank you, Nina. Thanks for thinking of me and calling me.
And just for a brief introduction of Beena, not that she requires it, she is the one who runs a very successful Just for Women. You know that? And I've seen the way she has evolved. And it's very strange that, when we were the ones who came for, when you had the first copy release, I think Suhasini and I were there, right, Veena? How many years back was that?
2007, we launched the magazine in 2007.
Right. So I still remember that. I remember the wonderful way it went. And then after that, how you evolved into something. I mean, you're completely carved a niche for yourself, Veena. So very, very proud of you, right?
Thank you so much. I always remember because I was pretty clueless and I was just talking to a lot of people, getting into it because I don't have a journalism background. So it was more from a business point of view. We were trying to start something. And I know somebody, a common friend directed me to you, said, Neena is somebody who always supports, women entrepreneurs. So you should go meet her. Then went, had a chat with her. Then she managed to get us Suhasini, like in one day, Suhasini confirmed coming for the launch. And Neena signed up to be she agreed to be a columnist for us very graciously. She kind of helped me a lot in the initial days. And then Neena was the one who directed me to Anu as well. So she said, you need some, I was telling her I want some good columnists for the magazine. She said, then you should reach out to people like Anu. She's such a great writer and, she's with such clarity of thoughts. And that's when she went and I very hesitantly came and met you. You know about our first meeting, how it went.
I was in a police uniform when she met me.
So I was all the more intimidated because of that. But anyway, it was a great start. And I think it's been such a long association. I think we need to apply for the Guinness book for the longest running column. So 2007 to now is what, now 14, it was our 14th anniversary this month. So 14 years we've been Anu as a columnist for us. Every single month. She's one columnist who's not missed one single month. And the best thing about her is her meticulousness. Everybody knows about Anu's punctuality. I think it's legendary. In fact, if I have to have a meeting with, even today, when Neena told me Anu and she gave me a time 11:45, from 11:30, I set an alarm and I was preparing myself. I told her, don't worry, sharp 11:45. And whenever we decide to catch up for coffee, we do this famous coffee with Anu pretty often, whenever time permits. Only the last 1 year we've not had a chance to do it. So for me, from that morning, I wake up, I have to set alarms. Okay, start getting ready, start time to leave home, because I know Anu, she says 11 o'clock, 10:55, she will be there. So it's like a pressure on me. So that's how.
Such a terrible creature I am.
It's a good thing because I think we all need to respect each other's time, and not many people do that. And I think it's a very good trait. And I've learned a lot from you. So I kind of plan myself whenever there's a meeting. So that's one thing I always remember about you. And for the column as well, every month she doesn't need reminders. I think she set herself 2 reminders herself. When I tell her 20th is a deadline, I think she has 15th one reminder, 17th, and 19th it will be on my inbox. In case it's not there on 19th or 20th morning, she send me a message saying, I'm sending you only today evening. I said, it's okay. You have 20th end of day. No, I'm supposed to send you 19th according to me. So Adanala, I'm telling you. She said, that's Anuhasan for you.
So Veena, because we couldn't get the book, is there a one little passage that you can read from that before you?
Yes,
I think you have a busy day. You said you have to go for your registration. So I was actually trying to fit the timing in. So I'm so glad I could see you here, right? And thank you for coming in. Really, thank you.
My pleasure. And like I told you, Neena, I haven't met you also in a long time. So that's why I decided I somehow have to do this. Yeah. It was like a double bonanza for me, meeting Neena and Anu on the same platform. So Neena asked me if I would, like to read a paragraph, my favorite paragraph or passage from the book. So without even going through the book, I remember reading it in 2015 I read it twice over, and just to see how many things I've already read and okay, what are the new elements in the book? Without any second thoughts, the chapter Sunny Side Up, looking for the Sunny Side Up, is my favorite chapter for obvious reasons, because Sunny Side Up is the name of Anu's column in JFW, and I'm so glad when she picked that name for her book as well. So of course the favorite part in the book is the acknowledgements, because you mentioned my name there. So that's the favorite part. But so what I like in the book is the note to self that Anu has written for the way she's kind of it's a what do you say, it's a note to self, but it's also a note to us. That's a very clever way that she's put across. She says, I'm on this page 120 in the chapter Looking for the Sunny Side Up. I was going to give the notes to self first. It says, remember to buy balloons, flowers for yourself every now and then. I really love that. I think we all in our fast-paced life, we keep forgetting to do things for ourselves. So she says, I do seem to find many. Do you want me to read a few paragraphs? Is that what you wanted, Nina?
At least one passage from the book, one passage.
Okay. I shall.
And on the flowers bit, Beena, girls, I must on the flowers bit, I must tell you, girls, is Mash here? Hey, Mash, just stand up. Okay, so we sent Mash to Anu's house exactly at 10:45. Mash was waiting outside the door, and then she had to enter at 10:45. This was also planned, right? And Mash went with some peach color flowers and a gift because Anu's not coming here, so we thought we'll give it to her. So thank you so much, Mash.
Thank you very much. That was a lovely surprise. I hope you weren't too shocked at the state of my house.
So, Beena, please go ahead.
Okay, so I was driving home surprisingly unaffected by the rude group of men in the next car yelling at me. I passed a man selling huge, colorful balloons on the roadside. In an instant, I was transported back to my childhood when my dad once asked me, what would you do if you had 1 lakh rupees? And I replied, buy lots of balloons. It gave me an insight into a child's mind and reminded me of a definition of what happiness really can be. And then there's this entire, you said a paragraph, so I'm stopping there and leave it for people to buy the book and continue.
Yeah, thank you, Beena.
Entire anecdote of how she got the balloon and how her mom was so surprised and amused and shocked. And but she was grinning from year to year and like surprised. I mean, I think people in your apartment also were a little shocked, I think, right? With that. My mother looked as if she was tempted to, like, I think the cat, I love this. I rang the doorbell. When my mom opened the door, I thrust the balloons at her and yelled out, Merry Christmas. My cat took one look at me, abandoned all ideas of giving me a warm welcome and raced across the slippery mosaic, slid around a corner, slammed into a wall, bounced off it and disappeared into a room. That's like, I love how Anu, when she writes, you can actually visualize what she's saying.
Exactly. And even when she talks, actually, that's what we make, we can make out from her videos and things like that,
Yeah, so
it's amazing. It's like you're there and viewing everything, right? Yeah. So
yeah, that's one fun thing. So a lot of this book has a lot of heartwarming moments like this, where you as you're reading, you'll be smiling to yourself, and very nice. It's very good, interesting read. I mean, it's also kind of good stress buster when you want to.
Thank you, Beena. And like I said, I think I'm holding you also back from your registration. You said you have to go. So thank you so much for being with us this morning. Okay, and well done.
Thank you, Beena. Thank you.
My pleasure, Anu. Thank you, Anina, for having me again.
Thank
you.
Bye.
I'll let you continue the meeting.
Anu, I think when we spoke, how do you want to do the meeting today? You said you would prefer it if people would ask you questions. So I think we have come to that moment when we're opening up for the Q&A. But before that, the most favorite video, I'm going to play it and I'm going to leave it open for everyone to ask questions. Yeah? And this is really the most profound, the final video.
When you're in a different place, do you look at the entire picture or do you look at the parts of the picture that are beautiful in isolation? I do the latter. You know why? Because when you look at a room, the room is the sum of the parts, and the role each part plays is worthy of appreciation, especially when the whole is beautiful. So what connection do these pictures have with respect to our life, you ask? Well, to me, it seems pretty straightforward. Do we appreciate the small components that make our life beautiful? Or are we not even looking at the big picture while we bemoan all that we don't have, while we're so busy complaining about all that hasn't gone the way we wanted it to go? My approach has been this. Despite the loss and pain and disappointments I've seen, I, for one, am grateful for my blessings. And of course, for the privilege. There are these shining lights in my life that keep me on my path. Who are the shining lights in your life? Who are the beautiful components in your life? Have you identified them? Have you acknowledged them? And more importantly, have you thanked them? Think about it. Keep your life sunny side up.
So ladies, I think that sums up whatever I know about Anu, and now you know why I've been stalking her, right? But I had fun doing that, Anu, and I'm one of your ardent followers. And I like the way you live your life, and I draw inspiration from it. Okay, so now, girls, who'll be the first to grill Anu now? Are you ready? You want to get a glass of water, Anu?
Yes, I think I should drink water and be.
Hi, Anu. You always wanted to be an actor because you did MSc Physics at BITS Pilani and worked at corporates before getting into acting. And you did the most unconventional roles in movie. Could you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So did you want to be an actor right from the beginning because you studied MSc Physics at the BITS Pilani and then you got into acting before working at the corporates? And then you chose some unconventional roles, not the usual roles. So did you do it as a choice? Did it give you more freedom? Is my question.
Okay, so I never wanted to be an actor. In fact, when I think Hasini will remember this, she asked me to come in for a screen test. And my reaction was, I don't want to act. And she said, I am not asking whether you want to act. I want to see whether you can act, whether you're able to act, you know. So that's what she said. And of course, immediately, for me, a challenge can never be, missed, right? So, you think I can't act? I'll come and show you. So, and then before I knew it, I was acting. But the thing is, I was very clear that I did not want to be this, did not want to make the effort to be a glamour, figure and be running around trees and doing these flippant roles. So that's why after Indra, I had a long gap. And after I came back, then I said, okay, let's give it a shot. And then I started accepting roles just for the fun of it, right? Obviously, people who want to make a career probably will not make decisions the way I do. But then, I was fortunate enough to make these decisions the way I did because it contributed to a large extent to my happiness. So I would accept roles either because I loved working with the people were nice, or the role itself had some scope for performance. And at some points, I was accepting roles because I was dying in a different way. I would die in a bomb explosion. I will die in an acid attack. I'll die in a car crash, things like that. And then I still remember for the car crash, I asked, can I do the stunt? And they said, yes. Okay, then I'll do the role. So, these are the ways I made my decision. So it was not as a person looking for an acting experience, but a person looking for an experience. So I was focused on, does it give me joy? Does it challenge me? And so that's why I accepted roles. And then when those very roles continued getting to be a bit stereotypical and boring me, I said, no, I'm not acting. Take a break. So that's how I've dealt with acting. Probably not out of any lack of respect for the profession, but out of a lot of respect for the way I approach life and what would give me happiness.
So you rejected some roles. Can you tell us why you didn't want to do them?
Okay, at the risk of sounding arrogant, I apologize in advance. So some of the roles, when they come and tell me the story, I always ask them, but why do you need me to do this? It doesn't challenge me. Anyone can do this role. I would like something that pushes me and kind of, makes it hard for me to get into the skin of the role. It doesn't have the depth. So that's one of the reasons I rejected it. The other reason I rejected was they came and asked me to be the mum of a popular hero who was my age. So I said, okay, great. Do you want me to wear, are we going to do prosthetic makeup, like Indian? Are we going to do that? Because if you're doing that, I'm willing to do it, They said, no, we want a nice young looking mother. I said, there's no fun in doing that because I'll end up looking like his sister. And it doesn't look real. It doesn't feel authentic. And also, if I'm playing the role of a mum to someone who's 40, I should be at least 65. And I'm not that good an actress to be able to carry off a 65 body language without the prosthetic makeup. I said, I would need those kind of aids. Without it, I can't do it. So that's when those are the kind of reasons I refuse the roles.
So there's one of our members on Zoom, Sudha Suresh, who's asking, I have watched you dance at the cultural at BITS. Extremely good. How did you take up writing after a PG in physics?
Well, contrary to what is being implied, physics doesn't kill your love for writing as much as they try with quantum mechanics and electromagnetic theory. But the thing is, it wasn't. So we need to go back and question why I chose physics. Okay. Again, why I chose physics was public exam, 12th standard. We had volume 1, volume 2, and 4 days of holidays before the public exam. And we had done so many revisions. I was bored of studying the same thing again and again. So I played cricket on the road with the boys. Day 1, I played cricket. Day 2, I played cricket. Day 3, I played cricket. Day 4, my mom gave me a whack and said, public exam, what are you doing playing on the streets? Go, you're wasting your time. Instead of wasting time, go to the ration shop and get sugar. I said, okay. I went to the ration shop, sat there for 2 hours chatting with somebody. Then my mother got very, she was more anxious. She came back, dragged me off from the ration shop and said, nonsense, what are you doing? Go study. And then, the reality sets in and I get very psyched. I start studying. There are 2 volumes. I only revise volume 1. My public exam, 200 marks, 195 comes out of volume 1. I get 193 and I believe I'm Einstein. Therefore, I should do physics. Big mistake. Big mistake. Because Bits Pilani taught me I'm not an Einstein. So I had to work really hard. So that was how I went to physics. So it was not that physics was my passion. It's just that I made a mistaken assumption that I was good at it. And thereafter, whatever I've done has been an experiment to discover what am I good at and what am I not good at. So that's how writing happened. That's how acting happens. That's how running businesses happens. So it's all that.
So Asha Sampath has a question again on Zoom. Who or what would Anu prefer to have been if she wasn't Anuhasan?
Farmer. I would love to have been a farmer because I love the land. And I have a sneaky reason also. Have you seen that how much of hard physical labor farming involves? So I'm going to be fit. I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to have great food because I'm growing my own food. And I'm going to be with nature, which is, I think, the best thing that you can have in life. So, farmer.
Wow. Another question from Sunita Ajit. Yes, I'll ask you. 1 second. She wants to know if Anu can relocate to a smaller town and still live her life, she being a city girl throughout, would that hold any charm? You've already answered that, I think.
Oh, no. How everyone, see, that's what I said. What people think you are is very different from what you think you are and what you really are. And I know that I am actually a nature person at heart. I actually don't like cities. Even in the UK, my apartment was in Wiltshire, right next to the woods. So 5 minutes, I would go off into the forest and stay inside the forest for 3 hours. Walking here 3-4 hours. So for me, the easiest choice would be to just get out of the city and live in a quiet place. So it's not a challenge at all.
Thanks, Anu. Yes, we do have some questions from the members here.
You can come in.
Hi. Okay, I'll give it to you if you want. Let me
Can
finish
you come
it.
forward? Can you come forward? Yeah, please come forward.
Hi, Radha. I like calling you that. My question is, it appears that you've led a life of choice. and design. But there might have been some moments when you had to live by default or choices were made for you. What would they be?
I think I'm one of those very privileged people who have had the luxury of making your choices and who have had the courage to face the consequences. So I think whatever choices I made, I was allowed to, even when my parents thought I was not, not enlightened, but educated enough about life to be making those decisions, but they still allowed me to make those decisions. So I'm very, very lucky to make those decisions. But having made those decisions, having to face the consequences of those decisions, again, that has also been made. So I think rather than be in a situation where a choice is not mine, I have always done the chosen the path where the choice was mine, and so were the consequences, good or bad.
I think we have someone here.
Prema is there. Prema is there. Can I stand here and ask? Yes, please.
Mine is a very frivolous question. I've seen your movie Indra, and there's a scene where Arvind Swami will try to kiss you, and you get all frozen with fear and faint, if I'm not wrong. Was it Hasani's idea, or you really fainted? And also, was that the first time you're being kissed?
Okay, lots of clarifications there. A, it was Hasani's idea. B, I never knew that this shot was being done. Yeah, and C, the shot was taken like this, and the camera is here. So it looks like you are actually making lip-to-lip lock, but actually it's not, because there is this much gap between the faces. And D, when you see me crying, I'm really crying, because I was very upset that this kissing scene was done without my knowledge. But then it worked very well, because it fit the actual scene, right, that was being planned. And it was very, later when I saw it on screen, I was laughing, because you can see that my real reaction actually fits in with that whole story. So I thought it was very sweet.
Hello, Anu.
Hi.
Hello. I too want to talk about Indra, the first movie of yours, which I had seen. You were with Arvind Swami, handsome Arvind Swami. And that, I should say, recently I was asked to play or sing a song or play something about flowers. So I played on the piano, Thoda Thoda Malarvadenna. And one of my favorite songs, which I wanted to tell you. Thank you, Anu.
Oh, that's a beautiful song, isn't it?
Yeah, very beautiful song.
Yeah.
Hi, Anu.
Hi.
Congratulations and thank you for Sunny Side Up. It's, I think, as Nina said, and a whole lot of others over here would agree, made us think more positive, especially after this entire, 1.5, 2 years. My question is, okay, I also like the video, of course, that they played, but my favorite video would be this one part where you just showed a flower on a tree, and you said something in Tamil. Of course, I'm not able to recite the same thing. Yes, exactly. And that was so beautiful that at every stage and part in your life, you can be the beauty as well as see the beauty. So amazing, and thank you so much for that. 2 questions. One, on the fun part, which gadget do you use to take your videos? It's just beautiful.
Fun.
Amazing.
That's a Note 20 Ultra. So and it's got three lenses, and that's the one I use. And also, I think Samsung is sneaky. They have these filters which are inbuilt into the camera itself. So when you look at the blue sky, what you see in your eyes is a different blue, and what the camera captures is a different blue. It just makes all the colors pop. So I use the Samsung Note 20 Ultra.
Amazing. Thank you for that. My next investment would be that, I'm sure. I like the captures. I really, really love the video and the entire storyline that goes with that. My question is, of course, like everybody, you would have your days when things are not very okay. What helps you bounce back except nature? So you're not allowed to answer that question with nature as the answer. But what else? What else do you look up to?
It's my conviction. So I am very convinced that everything is transient. Be it joy, be it sorrow. Everything is transient. So that is one conviction. So I know that this is not some endless, like that song, it's like that. So there is no sorrow that will go on forever. I know that. So that conviction is there. Having said that, I also know that a person who's creative in the way we think, we also tend to over dramatize what's happening in our lives. So it is very important for me to reach out to my tribe, my support system. And I have these really wonderfully practical friends who never hesitate to bop me on the head and say, are you being melodramatic? Is it really as terrible as you're making it out to be? They are able to say that. And at the same time, when it is really as terrible as I'm making it out to be, they know to hug me and hold me close and, just say, we are sorry you're going through this. If there's anything else I can do to help, let me know. So I have this support system. So the conviction, the support system, and then you just wade through it. And like you very rightly said, it's not that I don't have the dark, low moments in my life. It's just that my graph is not like that. My graph is like that, like that. So the downs don't last long because I come back faster.
God bless you with more such support system. And yeah, this too shall pass. So that would be a lovely note. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sheetal. That was a lovely question. Actually, you know what? That video is also a favorite of mine, Sheetal. And at the end of it, I had also written that beauty even at the end of life. Right, Anu?
Yeah.
So I remember that little flower on that tree, and also about, when you said you can't choose the cards that have been dealt in life, but you can choose how you deal with it.
Yeah.
I think these are the profound statements that I've been gathering from you, and I've written it down in my favorite book too, okay? So thank you, Sheetal. That was a lovely question.
Hi, Anu. I'm Soumya here. I want to ask you one personal question. Don't worry. Whenever I think of Anuhasan, bright, confident, enthusiastic, infectious smile comes to my mind. It really peps me up. What is the secret behind that confident and that infectious smile? Do you really make a conscious effort to do that, or it's inbuilt, inborn?
Easily amused, right? I get very, I think it's something that I do naturally. For example, this morning when I was being given the flowers and my gifts, right? My living room is in a mess. So when Masha, isn't it?
Mash.
So yeah, so when Mash came in, the first thing I told her was, sorry, my house is in a mess. But I wasn't expecting presents. I didn't say I wasn't expecting visitors. I said, but I wasn't expecting presents. So it was a cheeky sense of humor that always rears its head, which I think is a very inherent side of me. And I also have this, and because I do it more often and keep doing it, I think it keeps happening. Like, for example, I remember I was sitting in a bench and I fell over backwards. And the first person to laugh was me, because my imagination immediately took me outside to show me how ridiculous I must have looked with my legs flailing up in the air, right? So I think the ability to see the funny side first in most things keeps me chirpy, which is not to discount that I have not been ashamed, hurt, or insulted or anything, which is not to say that. But like I said, I kind of bounce back faster. And this ability to laugh, I think, is programmed in my DNA. So, and the more you do it, the more it becomes, embedded in your DNA.
That's great. Congratulations. Bye. Thank you.
So the other word for Anuhasan is also positivity ambassador, right? So we have someone who's patiently there since morning. That is our favorite Shivashankari Amma. Amma, would you like to say something to Anu? Or Radha, whichever one you would like to call her.
Hi, Anuradha. I'll say both. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Well, I know you through Indra, a movie, and Hasini came to my house to discuss the story also. I thought it was a beautiful character that was given to you. I know the Achamille part, it is such a motivating thing for me. I feel, hey, come on, let's do it. We can do it. And when you spoke, and when others and Nina showed some videos which I'm seeing for the first time, I see a lot of myself in you, Anuradha. Because I used to be just like that, bubbly all the time, talking to 4 people at the same time, doing 4 things in the same time. And it was so nice to see you like that. And we also go through a lot of ups and downs in life. And as you rightly said, we don't allow ourselves, I'm using the right word, we don't allow ourselves to stay in the low for a long time. We just tell ourselves, enough, time is up, come up. This is how I have come out of my tragedies. I thought it'll be very nice to share one small anecdote with you all. When I met Mrs. Indira Gandhi, I did her biography, so I've met her many times. And once when I met her, that was just probably 6 or 8 months after Sanjay Gandhi's death. And people have watched her on the television that day. He had gone to going to the flying club, take a trainer flight. But there, the whole thing came into pieces and he was gone, dead, just like that. But that afternoon, people saw Mrs. Gandhi going and making arrangements for the funeral, pyre and everything. So we were all stunned at the way she took reality, accepted reality. So when I met her 6 or 8 months after Sanjay has gone, I told her, Amma, how did you take it? How did you come out of the pain that the death of Sanjay gave you? She looked at my eyes. I still remember the looks. She said, Shiva Shankari, we never come out. We learn to live with it.
Yes.
At that time, I was alive, so everything was pink and blue. I never felt anything, never really understood the depth of that statement. But later on, when I lost my husband, the first year I used to be so sensitive. Anybody talking about him, tears will come to my eyes, and I used to break down in certain unexpected places. But then slowly, I've learned to put it inside. It has not vanished. Probably it will stay as long as I live, but I have learned not to show it. So Mrs. Gandhi very rightly said, we never come out of it, we learn to live with it. I want to ask you, the hurt or whatever the big tragedy you've gone through, whichever is the biggest one, I don't know the details. How have you managed and come out without bitterness? That's very important. When we come out, I think it's important to smile at people who have what we don't have and then feel so good about everything that at least those people have all those things, feeling that kind of gratitude. I want your reaction because I see a lot of myself in you. So I want to know how you had managed certain difficult, painful, hurtful situation in your life.
So most of them, ma'am, first of all, I'm so honored that you think that a part of me reflects a part of you. It's really a huge honor. I'm so, I don't know, I'm touched and humbled for what you're saying. And when you asked me what is it, how do I go through the difficult times? I think one is an honesty that helps me. An honesty and the ability to see it as an observer rather than just someone inside that whole thing that's happening. So when my relationships broke, and every time I go into a relationship with hope and love, and when it breaks, I don't say it's my fault. I don't say that. I said, where did it go wrong? What was the problem? Okay, if I'm really clever, let me not make the same mistake again. That's all. I don't have the conviction I will never make a mistake, but I know that this mistake has taught me the lesson. I will not make the same mistake again. So that is one thing. And I look at it in a very, very practical way. And I say, okay, so these were the weak links which you did not, really pay attention to. So when it comes to the pain of a lost relationship, yes, that's how I get through it. And I also firmly believe, so strongly resonate with what you said. If I'm going to get bitter with what life has dealt, I've lost. I think I will thumb my nose at life and say, you give me whatever you want. I will still find what I need to be grateful for. I will still find the happiness, and I will still retain my perspective that I have a certain privilege that there are others, many others don't have. So I think that's one approach. The one thing, like you said, which I continue to live with, is the loss of Amma and Appa. That I think it'll be with me.
As long as we stay.
Yes.
Here again, your answer has once again told me that you have a lot of me in you. So this is exactly how I have faced things also, because getting bitter is very easy, Anu. The moment you become frustrated, depressed, or angry with people, then you are capable of spreading only that anger and depression around you. So the more happy you are, contented you are, the gratitude-filled person you are, you can feel that and be a butterfly, which flies beautifully, making everybody laugh and making everybody adore and love, and spread the love. I think it's possible. Once you start realizing it and you get the awareness of it, without artificiality, it comes to you.
Yes.
The life is like that.
Yes.
And
we also...
Anu, I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Amma. I'm just so honored that you say those words to me. And I think that only reminds me that I have so much more to live up to. So thank you.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you.
Can I say something?
Yes, Anu.
Yeah. Anu, I always have known you through Hasini, whenever I've seen you, as a smiling Anu. But today, after seeing all the videos and listening about you, I think I have come to know you a lot. A bold, beautiful, courageous, confident, and positive Anu. And I think everybody sitting here today would have really learnt a lot from this interview. Thank you for being here with us today. And one thing I'd like to say, that sunshine smile is always going to be there, and those sparkling, beautiful teeth. Why don't you go for a toothpaste ad? So that's what I have. No questions, but I have personally really learned a lot today.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Anyone else? Girls, anyone else want to?
Hi, Anu.
Hi.
Vasanthi here. I follow you on Insta. And last year and all, when you were putting your videos of your walks in the woods in England, it was really nice, because staying at home, it really made a very good change for me. And I want to ask you one thing. Few years back, you did start a business with lots of women. You wanted to help them, right? A juice shop. You wanted to empower them. That was a very good thought and a very brave decision. But I don't see those shops anymore. I used to visit a couple of them, okay?
Okay.
My bit to do that.
So nice.
Go and have it and buy it. So what happened?
It was a labor of love, actually. Squashed. Squashed was its name. And what we decided was to have these juice shops which would help women in the lower socioeconomic strata, women who could not read English. So we had all the recipes in color-coded cards. So strawberry, we had strawberry pictures and one half. So that means half a currandi of strawberry. And then there were standardized currandis that were there in each of those fruit things. So it was that. And we had four models. One is a three models. One is a standalone. One was in an IT company, and the other was in the mall. So we were looking at a standalone captive audience when it comes to the IT company, and footfall when it comes to the mall. So these were the three models. But what happened was, I am a phase A person, right? I am the person who sets the blueprint and puts the foundation. But my weakness is I don't know how to build the building. I don't know how to expand, right? You need a phase B person for that. Someone who is able to look at how can you scale. So now if you look at the current IPOs that are hitting the market, the reason that they're getting these huge valuations is because everyone believes in their scalability. They are not making money. They are not profit-making organizations, but the scalability. So everybody knows that scalability is the key, and that's where my weakness was. And we never found someone who could scale. So subsequently, we were looking at someone who would want to scale it up and all of that. And we did sell the company, and we sold all 4 stores with the equipment and everything. And I think they just ran it. We were also in Mayajal. So we just ran it. They just ran it, I think, for about a year maybe. And then after that, I don't think they continued it. I think they shut down after that because I think they also discovered that phase B is not what they are very keen. So
Yeah,
that's
you were
the
in
story
Adyar also. You were in Adyar
Adyar was a
also and
standalone.
Mayajal.
Adyar was a standalone. Egmore was a standalone. TCS in Cognizant and Cognizant in Siriseri and in the other place, I forget the name. We were there and in Mayajal. So 4 places.
Thank you. And please give a big hug to Mundane from me. Yeah?
Oh, Mundane. Yes, I will.
Any more questions, girls, from anyone? But before that, I'm sure you're observing all of us are dressed in your favorite color today.
Yeah, I noticed.
Thank
you so much.
I asked you what your favorite color was, and you said, right now it's peach, is what you said.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm Anju here. Not a question, but I just wanted to say thank you to you. The session was so much of profoundness and clarity in your thought. And we've had such a big learning today. I have thoroughly enjoyed, because I personally feel that this clarity and this profoundness comes from a lot of life experiences. And to have all that at such a young age, and it's hats off. That's all I can say.
Thank you so much. That is such a lovely thing to say.
Anu, so just going forward, which will be my last question for the day. You have finished with your Sunny Side Up, the book, right? So I'm sure you have something up your sleeve. So would you like to tell us about it before we say goodbye to you? And I think my chefs are waiting outside to deliver your lunch.
Oh! Okay, see, and you know what a food lover I am. And first off, before I answer that question, before I get carried away with my own words, I must say, my goodness, this has been such a wonderful experience for me. I never expected all the surprises that you had planned, all the effort that has gone into it. And I'm deeply touched. And at the same time, I am motivated because this reminds me of what my father said. When I spoke in IIT for the extramural series, I came back and I told him, Appa, no one's talking about what I did or how good I am or how eloquent I am. Everybody's saying how I made them feel. And my father said, if that is the effect you have on people, then it is your duty to do more of it. So now I'm seeing all of you giving me the feedback that, you're so positive and it makes us think. And and especially when Shivashakri ma'am said this, I am like, am I worthy of that? Then I close on the heels of that comes the thing, I better make sure that I am. So thank you for that, first off. And secondly, coming to your question about what is it that I have got up my sleeve, a couple of things. I believe that social media has to be used for social good. So I'm trying to use my platform to help different people offering different products and services and make sure that it's a platform and without me taking any money from them or taking free samples or whatever. I want it to be that kind of a platform. So I'm working on that. I'm also thinking of working on a series of short stories, which is a reminder, rather, of the cute moral instruction classes we used to have in school when I was growing up. And I believe that played a huge role in giving me my moral compass along with what my mom and dad, taught me. So I thought if I could make some really entertaining stories, because social media shouldn't just be about, oh, look at my lipstick and how did I do the weight loss and look at my skincare. I mean, it can be for that as well. But I think it also needs to be for our own development. And I'm hoping that I can produce short, simple stories that might get that message across about the important things in life. That is one thing. And the second one is a bigger project, and I'm not sure when I will be able to start, when I'll be able to finish, and if I'll be able to finish. And that is, I want to write a book on grief and how to cope with loss, and the sun after the storm. I want to talk about that, because grief is something in the olden days, our villages, we knew, traditionally we knew in Tamil culture, Oppari Vekkaradu and all the grieving processes, everything was there. As we became more cityfied, we've now lost it, and we don't even know what to say to a person who's coping with, the loss. So I was thinking, if I shared my own journey and kind of said this helps and that didn't help, and how I am who I am after some of the biggest blows in life, I think it might help others. Especially losing your parents is something that everybody goes through, and I thought a small handbook might be something that would be of help to other people as well. So these are the things I have on the cards as of now.
Thank you, Anu, so much, and thank you for making our morning so beautiful and giving us so many insights into life. Okay, so you require huge applause for that, okay?
Thank you.
So just stay smiling, shine on, okay? We love you, Anu.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you all for this opportunity.
Small official thank you, Anu, for such a fabulous, positive, full of life conversation with our Duchess members today. Yes, surely keeping life sunny side up is what we all take back with us. And what we really are. Everything in life is transient, and everything shall and will pass. Keep smiling, and your smile is really contagious. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for making the time, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, Anu. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Please? Girls, we are done.